visit EagleRunnerBill.com.
Eagle Runner Bill here, getting ready to do some work on this Ford 2000 3-cylinder diesel that I bought. Don't know anything about this, but I believe that's the fuel shutoff valve. That's the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I got that turned off. Now this motor hasn't run in 4 or 6 years, 7 years. So I read a lot and people say, don't worry about it, just crank it. No, I'm going to put some lubrication in the cylinders and on the pistons. First thing I got to do is remove this fuel leak-off line. Go ahead and take that off. Be careful, it has washers. You don't want to lose them. From what I understand, fuel that's at the bottom of the ejector that isn't used is forced back up to the top, out this leak-off line, and into the fuel tank. Now, I'm learning as I go. I'm not familiar at all with this. So you can comment, make comments if I'm wrong. But there's the little lock washer. Make sure you don't lose them. Now I'm taking off the B-nut to the fuel line. It's a little 9/16. It's a little flared piping. So you want to be careful with them flares. You don't want to damage it because they're pretty easy to dent, crack, or bend. So be kind of delicate when you're taking these guys off. So I haven't been able to find any other way for me to get any lubrication on top of them pistons unless I remove these fuel injectors. See, I'm taking a little box end wrench and hooking it to that 1/4-inch drive. It gives me a little bit more leverage, so I can apply the pressure evenly and less of a risk of that socket slipping off that bolt and cracking up my knuckles. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing removed. And it's coming out. Everything's coming out nicely. Doesn't feel bad at all. But I'm going to put some Marvel Mystery Oil, MMO, down them cylinders to lubricate all them rings, that piston head, and get some lubrication down in that cylinder before I try turning that motor over. And if it's completely dry or if there's anything in there, it might just rip them piston rings right off or scratch that cylinder. So I'm taking extra care. I've read plenty where don't worry about it, diesels are tough, it'll be fine. But I'm going to take a little due diligence and a little extra care. And this injector is really stuck. I'm prying on it, trying to get it to move. This is a big old 4-foot pry bar. And this thing is really in there good. So now I'm kind of glad that I decided to remove these. Just tapping on it, trying to wedge it out of there. Really, it's really in there good. I got 3 of these I got to take out. But anyways, finally I got it to break loose. Looks like it's going to come out nicely. But anyways, my internet's horrible, so I'm going to have to make a part 2. Because if I got to upload something more than 3 to 4 minutes long, it's liable to never work. Well, there's my ejector. I got it out of there. We'll take up on part 2. Thanks for watching.